olabisioluwasikemi from Ondo State in Nigeria. This is Quick Dick McDick coming to you from Saskatchewan, Canada. And I will tell you what, it has been quite an honor to have you reach out to me and want me to be a part of a video that you're making. How cool would it be for a farmer from Saskatchewan to get together with a catfish farmer from Nigeria and talk about it? I've got some questions for you. I'm sure you've got some questions for me. So let's have some fun and see what we can come up with.
Hey guys, it's Shikemi Olabisi, the farm lady, and you are welcome back to today's video. As you can see from the title of this video, I'm having a collaboration with an amazing person, a great farmer, a friend and a brother, and he is no other person than Quick Dick McDick from Saskatchewan, Canada. Yay! I'm super excited. I feel so honored, having you here today, sir. It's a huge privilege. Thank you so much. I'm indeed grateful. So guys, I'm a catfish farmer from Nigeria, and Nigeria is a country in the continent Africa. On the other hand, Quick Dick McDick is a beef cattle farmer and is also into grain farming in Saskatchewan, Canada. So this video basically is going to be about asking ourselves questions relating to our respective fields and then giving appropriate answers to those questions. I hope you all learn one or two things from this video, and then let's get right into it.
So, farm lady, without further ado, let's get on with Quick Dick's questions. Question number one. Here in Saskatchewan, we have our cattle on large pieces of land where they can graze, and we need to use barbed wire fence as a containment device. What do you use for catfish farming as a containment device?
Wow, great question. For catfish farming, as we all know, catfish are aquatic animals, meaning they live in water. So basically we need something that can hold water to house them. In catfish farming, we have different types of containments or ponds, as we call it in the catfish business. So we have the plastic pond. Which is made out of plastic material, and then we have the concrete pond, which is made out of stones, block and cement. And then we have the tarpaulin pond. I'm going to insert a video of the tarpaulin pond. Yes, we have the tarpaulin pond. That is what a tarpaulin pond looks like. It's more like a very light rubber fiber material. That is what is made out of. And then we have the earthen pond. That is what an earthen pond looks like. That means you dig out the soil, you dig out the earth, and you create a space in the middle of the ground or wheresoever you decide to site your catfish pond or farm at. And then lastly, we have the cage culture system. This is a situation whereby you have your cage in a big or in a large body of water, usually more like a dam or an ocean, just basically a very large body of water. So that is where we have the cage culture system, and then we have the cages there. So we have 5 different types. I've mentioned the plastic pond, the concrete pond, the tarpaulin pond, the earthen pond, and then the cage culture system. So that's it.
Sometimes with our cattle, we'll have sicknesses we need to deal with. So sometimes we'll vaccinate to prevent them, or we'll use antibiotics to treat them. What kind of sicknesses do you have with catfish, and do you have to treat them, or how do you treat them?
Yes, we have sicknesses too in catfish farming, and it can be life-threatening to the farmer if he doesn't know what to do. Yeah, we have a whole lot of antibiotics we use as well. There are so many brand names, and we also use natural herbs to treat our fishes. We use bitter leaf to treat them. We use the bark of some woods to treat them. We use the multivitamins. We use antibiotics. We use salt. Yes, salt is a very good antibacterial treatment when it comes to treating bacterial infection in catfish. So we have so many treatments and we have so many diseases when it comes to catfish farming. I have a video on that already. I'm going to link it somewhere around here or here, so you can go right there and watch that video. But yes, we have tons and tons of diseases. We have the cracked head disease. We have so many of them. We have the gas bubble disease. We have a whole lot of them. We have fin rot and so many others. And then there are different treatments required for different kinds of diseases. So yeah, that's it.
Here in Canada, a lot of the beef industry has to deal with predators. Sometimes coyotes, sometimes wolves, sometimes cougars, even grizzly bears. Do you have predators that you have to deal with when farming catfish?
Yes, for catfish farming, we have predators, and they are mostly common in eating pond. Yeah, this is an eating pond, so they're mostly common in eating pond. And then it's so because the eating pond is usually located close to probably a water body, or there's some bushes around, so a whole lot of reptiles are found around, lizards, alligators, monitor lizard, and so many others that go into your pond if you do not protect your pond or cover it properly. Ideally, you're supposed to use a cover net. Now this cover net prevents these reptiles, and it prevents birds from coming into your pond and feasting on your fishes as well. So yeah, we do have predators. I'm going to insert a picture of one of the predators I caught on one of my visits to the farm. Yeah, I think this is a baby alligator or a monitor lizard. Is one of the two. Years, so that is one of the predators that we face. And of course, human beings too can be predators. Yes, that is why you have to have security on your farm, because you might think you have all these reptiles coming in, and then you don't know that there are some thieves. So that is why it's always good to protect and secure your farm, so as not to run at loss at the end of the day. So yeah, that's it.
Here around Tufnell, we consume some of our own beef and we sell some of it to local community members, but a lot of it goes to market to be sold there. How do you market your catfish, and where do you sell most of it?
Marketing of our catfish produce is mostly done online. For me, as a catfish farmer, what I do basically is to advertise online, and then presently the demand for catfish is way higher than the supply, so you will always get people to buy your fish. So basically all you need to do is advertise before your date of harvest, or possibly if you can get customers even before producing at all, before stocking your fishes, then that is amazing. So you can either advertise online, you can take them to the market, and then that's just it basically. And it's dependent on you as a farmer. Some sell it fresh, some add value to it by processing it into smoked fish, or by filleting it and then freezing it and then selling it. All this is dependent on what your customer wants. So selling of the catfish is done majorly online for me. For other farmers, they sell at the market, they go to the market and then they sell it off there. So that's just it basically.
All right, last question. We deal with a wide variety of weather around here, and during the winter seasons, we can't graze our cattle, so we need to keep feed rations and bedding rations to sustain our animals through the winter seasons. Do you deal with different kind of seasons with catfish, or do you have to stockpile any food for them?
Well, as a catfish farmer, me for one, before starting a production cycle, I do my calculation for feed for that cycle. Either I'm going for a 3-month cycle or a 6-month cycle. So I already have the ideal, I know the total amount of feed I'm going to need for this particular batch. So what I do basically is have the well-to-do the money for their feed and then purchase it even before stocking at all. So as a catfish farmer, you shouldn't be hindered by season, because I feel if you want to really be in business, then you should do what is expected of you as a catfish farmer, because our feeds are being purchased from the feed vendors. So basically all you have to do is buy your feeds and don't be too late buying them. Yes, the only thing that happens basically is increase in the price of the feed, which is usually due to probably cost of production of the feed ingredients used in producing those feeds. Yeah, so that's it. But for season, the only thing that we face in catfish farming when it comes to season is that when it's rainy, when the weather is cold, the fishes tend to eat very little. You know, their metabolism rate is very slow. So at that point they eat very little, and then their growth rate isn't as fast as when the weather is, you know, when everywhere is sunny and then there is heat, so to say. So basically that is what we face when it comes to season. And then yeah. So my first question for you, I'm going to be using QDM because that is the acronym for Quick Dick McDick. So QDM, sir. Why did you decide to go into beef cattle farming and grain farming? I would like to know the reason why you went into this aspect of agriculture.
Well, I grew up around animals and I love animals. Horses, cattle, dogs, cats. I'm a big fan of them all. I went away and worked the oil field for quite a part of my life and came back here to Tupnell and didn't know a lot about the grain side of things. So this has been a really good opportunity for me to learn about grain and be with animals again. It's a great way to live.
Question number 2. Of course, you're into beef cattle farming and grain farming. So I want to know if you incorporate grains into your cattle feed or into their diet. I'd like to know that.
We sure do. In the wintertime, we'll feed a combination of hay and silage, which is made up of barley, peas, and a little bit of oats. Now that silage gets made before it's ripe, so we'll have a lot of other crops that we've planted, and after they're ripe, specifically barley and oats, we'll use a combination of those to feed our cattle through the wintertime. We also use the screenings out of all the seed that we get cleaned out here as feed as well. Absolutely nothing gets wasted. So not only do we feed a lot of our crops to the cattle, but we also bale up the straw that's left over from combining, and we use that to give them a warm, comfy bed through our colder months here in the winter. See, not only does grain farming complement the cattle industry, but also having cattle allows us to help complement the grain side of the operation. Whereas the cattle spend all winter in the corrals being fed what we grow in the summer, and they turn that into manure or poop, and then we spread that out into the fields, and we use it as a natural fertilizer to grow the next crop. And as you can see here, when we're close to the barn, we try and feed the cattle out in the field that we're going to seed in the spring, so they spread the fertilizer all on their own and we don't even have to haul it out here. And with the hay that we feed in the wintertime, the handy part about it is that when all the crops that I just mentioned need a break, we'll use a crop rotation method using alfalfa, and that helps put nitrogen naturally back into the soil, and that's where we get our hay from. It's kind of the cool part about mixed farming operations is that each part uses each other to its advantage. It's a really awesome circle.
Question number 3. So, in catfish farming, we have our broodstock, which is also called the parent stock. So, after using them for production, it gets to a point whereby their production rate declines. It goes down the graph. And then, before then, there is something we do. We try selecting prospective parent stock or broodstock that will replace the ones that are going to get out of the production line. And at this point, what we do basically is to sell them off. So in beef cattle farming, what is your succession plan for your old parent stock? I'd like to know that.
Good question. This is our cull pen. So it's some of the older cows that might not have the best udders that are good for calves to nurse on. They might have slipped their calves. They might have missed the breeding season or a number of other different things. We'll actually send these off to be turned into meat. And then here we see some of the babies that were born last year that will keep over to breed this year to replace the cows that were in the cull pen. We call these replacement heifers.
Question number 4. You're into grain farming. So I'd like to know what kind of grains you produce or you grow on your farm?
Well, for pulse crops, we grow peas. And for cereal crops, we grow oats, wheat, and barley. And for oilseed crops, we grow canola. That's all the canola we have left on the place. I had to find it in the bottom of a bin.
Question number 5. As a catfish farmer, my favorite breed of catfish is the Clarias gariepenius, which is also called the African catfish. So what's your favorite beef cattle species? What species is it, and why do you love this particular species?
Black Angus is my favorite, mostly because I was raised around them all my life, but they handle our climate really well, and they're usually pretty easy calvers. We'll usually breed them to a horned Hereford to get a black and white faced calf, which sells the best at market. So Shikemi Olabisi, the farm lady, I must say this has been an absolute pleasure working with you. Thanks for including me, and I hope you enjoyed your tour around Saskatchewan. I sure did enjoy my tour around Nigeria. I hope all's well with you, and take care, my friend.
Wow, amazing. I'm so happy. I'm so honored. I'm so excited. Wow, thank you so much, Quick Dick McDick from Saskatchewan, Canada. Thank you so much for staying with me on today's video, for taking out time to do this. I really do appreciate you, sir. I'm really grateful, and then I'm looking forward to further collaborations with you, sir. It's been amazing. So guys, if you really enjoyed this video, because I know you guys enjoyed this video, because for one, I enjoyed myself. So if you really enjoyed this video, please give it a huge thumbs up. Drop a comment in the comment section. I'm going to be replying to all your comments. Drop a comment in the comment section. Share this video. Make sure you share this video. Make sure you drop a comment. Make sure you like. Make sure you also subscribe. I know some of you might be seeing me for the very first time. I'm Shikemi Olabisi, and then I would like to have you here with me, because it's a huge honor to even have you stay here till this very moment. So please, if you're just coming to my channel for the first time, please hit on the subscribe button, and also visit Quick Dick McDick's YouTube channel. I'm going to be leaving a link to his channel in the description box, and then you can click on his link and then subscribe to his channel as well. His channel is so amazing. I mean, God, it's amazing. So I'm going to be leaving a link to his channel. Make sure you subscribe to his channel and also subscribe to my channel, and I'm going to see you guys in my next video. So bye.